Hello, Purple Rosa here, and I'm continuing on with the main quest in the Reach. I have to go back to Markarth here and meet Lyris there because thanks to Verandis, all the souls and people that died and went in to the Dark Heart have been brought back to life, Rana included. And yeah, we have to go back to Markarth to see if other people have been brought back as well. Rada is dead. The great Rada Al-Saran is dead. And hopefully he's trapped in that realm that he is in.
You hear that? Markarth is celebrating.
I hear that alright. Guess it's been a night of festivities.
That magnificent bastard really did it. He brought them back.
Yeah, he said Rada gave him hope. You think this is what he meant?
The Count enjoyed his mysteries, but yeah, I think so. When we started this, I thought the best we could do is pay Al-Saran back for the lives he stole. Guess I should have set my sights higher.
Yeah, well, Rada may have lost his way, but did some good in the end by reminding Verandis about hope. Maybe Rada will be redeemed in a way, but maybe not, because he did kill a lot of people. Like, we may have saved people in Markarth, but all those that died in Western Skyrim are still dead. So what's next for us?
We rest. With Rada Al-Saran dead, the Greyhost is finally buried for good. We couldn't have done it without you, partner. So eat, drink, find some company for your bed. And tomorrow, we'll probably have to do this all over again.
Yeah, with Fedorian.
It may seem odd coming from a Nord, but I'm glad to see all these Reach folk alive and well. They seem content, but I'm sure they wouldn't mind us bringing them a few more reasons to celebrate.
That they do. What do you mean?
News of Rada Al-Saran's death won't compare to the dead returning to life, but I'm sure Kadik will be relieved to hear it. You find the Ard and let him know there's nothing to fear from the Greyhost anymore. Tell him he has Verandis to thank.
You're not coming?
Why spoil the mood? I think I'm going to take a moment. I haven't done that since Fenorian and I arrived in the Reach.
You'll deserve a break now and then. Are you alright?
Just fine. Even the great Lyris Titanborn needs a rest sometimes. Don't tell anyone.
I won't. I'll just say you're off killing some Greyhost warriors. Yeah, we all deserve some rest. Can't always be constantly going and doing stuff all the time. Wears you out. So yeah, we're gonna go tell Aunt Kadik that we succeeded.
Look! Can you believe it? There's life to the keep again! Ha! That's your doing, isn't it? The Ard seems to think so. He'll want to see you. He's holding an audience in his war room right now.
What's this about a war room?
Ah, you're here too, Titanborn. You come with me. I have a message for your ears alone.
Fine, but if this is Kadik's idea of a joke, you won't find it funny.
Oh, what was he gonna call her? She-woo?
You go on and speak to Kadik. I'll see what's so important that your friend here has to tell me in private.
What message do you think Braddon wants to deliver?
I imagine the only message the Ard wants to share with me is of the unflattering variety, so I have no idea. Maybe the Skald King sent word? When I know, you'll know.
Sure, but yeah, Braddon seems awfully happy.
Good to see you alive and well. It's good to see everyone alive and well. I don't know to what gods we should be giving our thanks, but I wager we all owe you a good portion.
You can thank Verandis. He was able to restore their lives after we defeated Brother El-Saran.
We owe you for delivering Malakath's vengeance to that toothy bastard. Where is Count Verandis? I'd like to give him my proper thanks.
Sadly, he stayed behind to save your people.
He what? I cannot find my words. I don't know whether to mourn his loss or celebrate what he gave us. You should tell the Yard. He'll want to pay respect of his own, I'm sure.
Why not do both? I mean, that's what Verandis wants. People to move on. So, tell the Ard the good news. Over here? What's he doing over here?
We are agreed. If Eastern and Western Skyrim can put aside their differences in the face of the Greyhost, then the Reach can do so as well. Come forward, Freehand. No need to bow for the sake of kings.
It's the God King and Svanna.
Whenever I see you, I know that Skyrim is in good hands.
So, what are you doing here?
This business with the Greyhost is far from over. As long as Skyrim is threatened, I will be close by to lend a hand.
Still, this is far from your holding, and you're in the Reach.
The Reach is far from everyone's holdings. This Greyhost business started with me, though, and I always intended to see it through to the end. Thankfully, we prevailed this time.
Are you here to take over the Reach?
I have no desire to replace a despot. Haven't these people suffered enough? In any event, my forces are stretched too thin to take on much more. If the people request help, however, I will put whatever resources I can at their disposal.
Why are you so willing to help people who consider you their enemy?
Shoresbones, why does everyone insist on seeing ulterior motives behind every kind act? Can't a king just be a nice person? Look, someone has to extend the hand of friendship before it can be grasped. Besides, helping the Reach helps all of Skyrim.
Never thought I'd see this day. Reachmen and Nords getting along. Shame it doesn't last, though. Do you think Svanna is ready to become the ruler of Western Skyrim?
I do. She's an impressive young woman. Is Western Skyrim ready for Svanna? That's the more pertinent question. Solitude shuns the outside world, while Svanna reaches for it. We'll have to see how that works out in the end.
Yeah, she's Jarl now. Oh, they're getting awfully close. A wedding! We need a wedding!
Thank the gods we have better matters to attend to than the deployment of troops and suspicions of treachery. For a man called Despot, the Ard is in an agreeable mood. But that's not your concern. It's good to see you once more.
What brings you and the Skull King to Markarth?
Truthfully, Svanna, when we learned that Markarth suffered an attack like the one you narrowly prevented in Solitude, she insisted that we offer aid, ostensibly to stop the Greyhost. But it seems we're a bit late for that.
There may still be remnants that pose a threat.
No doubt. They have proved very skilled at keeping to the shadows and biding their time. Hunting them down will not be easy. but I feel that's not how best to make use of the opportunity we've been given.
Yeah, that's for sure. After all, Rudder's plan was centuries in the making. What do you mean?
The Greyhost's greatest weapon against us was our mutual mistrust. They preyed on our suspicions and fears, used our division to pick us apart one by one. The best way to prevent that from happening again would be to build trust and cooperation.
So you formed an alliance?
An accord at least. It's a step in the right direction.
I wish you luck.
Trust takes time to build, but we must start somewhere. I couldn't have done it without Svanna. Jarl Svanna. Watching her put aside past differences between Eastern and Western Skyrim for the sake of her people has made quite an impression on me.
You seem to hold Svanna in high regard.
Well, yes, I do. She's a striking woman. A figure. Leader, yeah. She's won many hearts and minds in the short time she's been a Jarl. I think that speaks more to her esteem than my praise. Western Skyrim would do well to put her in charge.
Yeah. Will your father allow another ruler to control the West?
He doesn't want another war on his hands, and the Western holds still desire their independence. Skyrim won't be united by force, but with more days like today, the province may one day be whole, no matter how many kings claim it.
Yeah. Let's hope.
You seem more comfortable standing among kings and jarls than I do. Then again, you always did. It's good to see you again.
Good to see you too. What brings you to the Reach?
Western Skyrim has begun to recover. With Fenn's elixir, our soldiers have been able to push back the Greyhost. I know the Reach has not been so fortunate. I persuaded Prince Ernskar and the Skald King to offer our support.
And what do you plan to do?
I expected we'd be sending soldiers, but by the time we arrived, the people were dancing in the streets. I always heard stories of the City of Stone being a dark place where flint-hearted Reachmen worship strange gods. It's not so different from home.
Yeah, Reachmen are just misunderstood. How are things in Western Skyrim?
The people seem happier than I've ever seen, in spite of all our hardships. I wasn't the only one living under my father's shadow, apparently. I can't come and go as I please, but the Blue Palace is lively as any tavern with Mog around.
He brought Bog to the palace?
Made him my royal taster. I don't think the thought of being poisoned even crossed his mind, but he seems happy so long as the food and drink keeps coming. Unofficially, he's also the jester, but don't tell him I said so.
Well, glad to see he enjoys what he does. My lips are sealed. Well, good seeing Svanna and Ernskar. I mean, they are getting pretty close. Maybe they'll get married? I hope.
If you'd said only yesterday I'd play host to Nord rulers from across old Skyrim, I'd have told you the dead would live again before that happened. And here we are. A day of miracles. Tell me truthful, you had a hand in all this, eh?
It was teamwork. I killed Rudder. Mirandus restored the lives lost to the Dark Heart.
At last! The monster that nearly brought my lands to ruin has paid the price for his wrongs. I could ask no more, and yet that which was taken has been returned as well. Where is Count Ravenwatch, if he thinks to escape my gratitude?
Well, he had to stay behind to return the souls of your people.
Then his name and deeds will echo these halls for as long as I sit upon the throne, which'll be a while yet, thanks to you both, and so long as these Nords are good to their word. I've no idea what peace is like, but I'm eager to find out.
Yeah, with Svanna and the Skald King? Sure you'll make it work. What sort of agreement have you reached with the Nords?
We treat for peace. Our battles with the Greyhost have ravaged all our kingdoms and peoples. We each seek to rebuild and recover. Perhaps we'll do so together. At least we'll keep out of each other's way. Before we proclaim, I have a favor to ask.
What do you need?
I've need of a counselor. In spite of her treachery, Lady Boleyn was a canny advisor. I need that again now, more than ever. Tell the witch, Arana, that I will offer her my ear, if she will share her wisdom. I hear she's recently arrived to my keep.
Ah, so he wants Rana to be his counselor. I think she'll accept. She'll be good at that. So, you're making peace with the Rana too?
I suppose so. Can't just lop off her head after she got it back. Wouldn't do for morale. Unless she's determined to keep up her fight with me. I'm willing to put the past to rest. Besides, I already made peace with the rest of her rebels.
Well, her fight was never with you in the first place. Just Boleyn and the Greyhost. So, what are your plans for Markarth now that there's peace?
It's a worthy holdfast, but not so much a city. I would have the land worked, the stone repaired, and the markets expanded. These are not things my kin have much knowledge in, but perhaps the Nords will share their trade for the right price.
Tell me your thoughts on the other rulers here.
Well, they're a fair lot more agreeable than the she-wolf you travel with. Have the sense to show deference to a king in his own hall. Though I heard enough honeyed words from the Lady Boleyn for one lifetime. The fat one thinks himself a poet.
That's the Skull King. She-Wolf must have been what Brandon was gonna call Lyris? What do you think of the Skull King Euron?
Skull King. Nonsense. Every now and then comes a king of his kind. One who makes stirring pronouncements and promises that his court must struggle to keep. His grand words lack guile, so I wager he can be trusted.
What about Prince Ernska?
I heard Yoren sired the boy when he was young, but looking at the pair, I have a hard time saying who's father and who's whelp. Ernskar seems shrewd and dutiful, but his father casts a long shadow. A wide one, too.
I like Art Caddick. Tells it like it is. What do you think of Jarl Svanna?
The past would tell me to hate Svargrim's whelp with all my vigor. We've battled and bled for more generations than I can count with her ilk. But this fledgling speaks plain and honest. When she talks of new beginnings, I believe her.
Yep, she'll be a good Jarl. There's something else I wanted to ask you about.
If you must. Can't have you thinking me ungrateful.
That's all, thanks. So, now what? Guess I go find Rana. But yeah, I'm still shipping Svanna and Ernska.
My ears are burning. Is that my name on the wind?
It was. I want to attend a Nord wedding so bad.
Not even this gloomy old stone keep can dampen my spirits. My dreams hold true. Markarth is alive with joy. But you didn't approach to listen to me. What is it you wanted?
Arcadic wants to know if you're willing to become his new counselor.
I'm barely foot to stone and he's clamoring for my attention. I had no mind to stand by a throne when I first started my journey. Now, here we are. The Reach has suffered so much. I want to help restore the land. Aye, I'll serve.
I knew she would. I'll give him your reply.
I can speak for myself. You have more important matters to attend to. There's a friend who's journeyed a long way to thank you personally for all you've done. 'Twould be rude to keep him waiting.
Alright, where can I find them?
There's an out-of-the-way chamber in the rear of the keep where you can meet. Now, I should find the Ard and make sure he thinks before he speaks.
Can you tell me more about this friend you want me to meet?
I can, but I won't. I'm enjoying the suspense. Off with you.
I saw a portal open just there. Or was that her portal? Is it Verandis? Is it Verandis? Is he back?
I'm sorry to have kept you waiting, my friend. Do forgive my ghastly appearance.
His hair's white, and his eyes.
It seems I spoke too soon when I bade you a final farewell. I'm glad to have the opportunity to see you again, my friend. None of this would have been possible without you.
I thought you had stayed behind.
As did I. When I took hold of the Darkstorm's power, I believed it would be the last thing I ever did. It was a force no mortal hands should wield. Still, with it I was able to draw the souls out of the Dark Heart, return them to where they belonged.
Yeah, was that how you made it back?
No. As the last of the Dark Heart's power ebbed away, I should have been trapped in Rodda's sanctuary realm. But I was forced out. Pushed, I'd say. I fell into the darkness of the slumbering heart. Then I emerged from it, like a moth from a cocoon.
How?
My soul became part of the Dark Heart, smelted inextricably into the fabric of its existence. So long as it remains dormant, its hold over me is tolerable. But I am bound to it nonetheless.
So he's no longer bound to Molag Bal? Is that what that means? So what will you do now?
If I am to be wed to this power, then I must ensure that it never gets used again. For that to happen, both the heart and I must fade into obscurity. House Ravenwatch will carry on without me. Arana will send them here to receive the news soon.
Oh, but we just got you back.
I have no regrets. You gave me the opportunity to reckon with my past and pay penance. This journey has brought closure to the life of Count Verandis Ravenwatch. I have a fresh start. As do we all. The kings are soon to speak. You should be there.
Will I see you again?
I have no idea what the future holds, but you seem to be the axis upon which this world turns. If it still has some use for me, I'm sure our paths will cross again. Until then, my friend.
I hope so. So he's not going to go back to the Ravenwatch. But they'll be fine without him.
Arana said they'd be this way. Come on.
Father!
They said you were gone.
I was, and I will be again. We have much to discuss, but I will not be returning to House Ravenwatch.
But who will...
You three have no more need of a guardian. It's time I put the future of the Ravenwatch in your hands.
But you'll still visit, right?
Every chance I get.
Aww. That's a shame.
Now, I must bid farewell to my beloved wards. I have never been comfortable with goodbyes, but I should realize by now that they are rarely forever. I won't be joining the festivities, but rest assured, I will be watching.
Okay. Well, at least Gwendis won't be angry with me anymore.
Here and gone, here and gone. It's cruel to play with a girl's heart like this, but I'm glad Verandis kept his promise. Ugh, I'm having too many feelings right now.
I know. I'm the same. How do you feel about leading the Raven Watch?
Great! Terrible. Everything in between. I've waited so long for Verandis to stop hovering over my shoulder, but I never thought it would be because he's not around. I realized something, though. When you and Lyris told me he wasn't coming back.
Yeah?
I can't shed tears for him. It's not what he needs from me. He needs someone to carry on after him. To do the work he can't anymore. So that's what I'll do. Keep his legacy alive. Somebody has to keep tabs on all those pesky vampires.
Let me know if the Raven Watch needs my assistance again.
Don't think it's just Verandis I expect to visit. It'd be nice bumping into you somewhere other than a moldy cavern once in a while. Castle Ravenwatch is always open to you. It's not like we have a shortage of guest rooms.
I'll remember that. We'll share a drink one day.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to give Verandis an earful. I think I heard the Ard calling for you when we were talking to Arana. They're making some proclamation in the audience chamber. Better not miss your accolades.
Adusa heard that Verandis had been imprisoned in the void, but he's here. Forgive me. This one is glad to see you, Five Claw. Your help at Reachwind Depths was much appreciated. Without your assistance, Cathard would still be in the deep tombs.
Glad I could help. Are you ready to lead the Raven Watch?
There was a time when this one felt more like a nursemaid than compatriot to those two. But Gwendis and Fenorian are no longer helpless kittens. Count Verandis need not worry. Adusa stands firm. House Ravenwatch will endure.
Yeah, Gwendis and Fenorian have grown a lot. Without Verandis, what will happen to the Raven Watch?
House Ravenwatch has a long and noble tradition. This one will run the estate in Count Verandis' absence. She has done so before. As for the Ravenwatch, our work will continue. Gwendis is coming into her own, and Fenorian shows promise.
And Cathard?
Cathard has much training to complete before he can take his place as a fully functional member of the Ravenwatch. Oh, he has the skills and the proper outlook, but he needs time to hone those abilities and learn our methods. He will work out well.
That he will.
I don't know what I expected when Arana said there was someone waiting to see us, but I thought he was gone. I don't think there's anything left that could surprise me today. Forget I said that. Better not tempt fate.
Oh, you seem troubled.
No, I don't mean to give the wrong impression. It's all just a bit much. Maybe I should sit down. Did he really say he wants us to take over the Raven Watch?
He did.
Right. I didn't imagine it. The truth is, we were already considering the future of the Raven Watch after you returned without Verandis. It seems that will bear further discussion. But I'm relieved that the circumstances are different.
You'll do fine, I'm sure.
Your endorsement gives me confidence. Though we were hoping you'd consider joining our ranks, officially. Given everything you've done for the Raven Watch, it only seems right that we consider you one of our own. That is, if you want.
Yes, I'm honored.
Welcome to the Raven Watch. I suppose that makes me your superior now. I'll try not to let it go to my head. I actually have your first assignment, if you're ready.
Sure, what's my assignment?
You're to endure as much of the cheer and praise as the Ard and his people can heap upon you. And you're to have absolutely nothing to do with evil vampires for at least, I don't know, a day? Think you can manage that, recruit?
Fenorian's enjoying this too much. I can manage that.
Remember, you're representing House Ravenwatch now. Consider this a diplomatic mission. I believe the Ard was calling for you when we spoke to Arana. He was headed to the audience chamber with the other rulers, last I saw.
I'll go speak to him. You and me, though, tonight. So he's connected to the Dark Heart now. So if the Dark Heart ever reawakens, he did mention that if that happened, he might lose himself or something like that. Let's hope that never happens. So, to the announcement. Official peace announcement, maybe?
I thought you might enjoy a welcome surprise for once, Snow Lily.
Oh, sigh. You always know how to... Oh, hello, partner.
I'm sorry. Carry on. Damn it.
Thank you again for agreeing to help Lyris and I with our little problem. It seems there is always trouble that needs fixing, but it's good to find a moment for celebration now and again.
Am I interrupting?
What? No, never. You are always welcome in our company. Good companions are hard to find. Don't let us keep you from your moment of honor, though. There will be plenty of time to share stories after all the accolades.
That there will be. What brings you to Skyrim?
I had long planned to visit Skyrim and learn about their long history with the dragons, to help in our battle against them. When I heard that Lyris was here, fighting a sword saint no less, I decided now was the time to make the journey.
I think he's talking about Rada, but Sword Saint.
Rada al-Saran was an Ansei of great renown, a legend to rival Leki herself. The Sword Saints are a lost legacy to my people. It's a shame that al-Saran did not devote himself to restoring that honorable tradition instead of his monstrous Greyhost.
Yeah, he lost his way, and now you can summon your own spirit sword. So what will you do now that the fighting is over?
Lyris has promised to show me some of the Dragon Cult's ruins and barrows. With good fortune, they may help us learn more about our foes and elsewhere. I will return to my duties there soon.
I'm sure it's in good hands with Zaji, Casca, and Aelia.
Sai and I were just talking about the Ashen Lord, and, well, a few other topics came up. Nothing that bears mentioning. Of course that bears mentioning, Sai. Look, partner, you understand, right?
Oh, Lyris. Was the message earlier from him?
Brayden said there was a mysterious Redguard looking for me. The way he said it, my first thought was Rada al-Saran found his way back too. But no. Just Sai trying to surprise me. I punched him extremely hard. And then I hugged him.
Ah, will you two be traveling together?
Skyrim is a nice place to visit, but I need to see what's over the horizon. And yes, I think that Sai wants to go with me. The Skull King can spare me for a while. Besides, he owes me. Where will we go? Somewhere far away. Maybe back to Skingrad.
Safe travels, then.
People like us can't stay out of trouble very long. So let's share a few casks of mead while things are quiet. Oh, Caddick's looking for you. He and the other rulers want to make some big announcement. I'll be along in a moment.
Have you met with Svanna or the Skull King?
I haven't, but I'm sure you can keep them busy for a while longer. Right, partner? Sai and I still have a few dents to bang out of my armor.
I'll leave you two alone then, and see about this announcement they are making. Best to give them some alone time.